Harry Maguire slams Manchester United's unacceptable season in brutally honest interview. Manchester United defender Harry Maguire has issued a scathing assessment of the club's dismal Premier League season, insisting that the players must take full responsibility for what he described as an embarrassing campaign. Despite a potential Europa League trophy still on the table, Maguire did not mince words when reflecting on the team's shocking fall from grace in the domestic league. Currently sitting 16th in the Premier League table, United have endured one of their worst seasons in recent memory. With just one league fixture remaining and a Europa League final against Tottenham in Bilbao on the horizon, Maguire made it clear that the players have no excuses for their underperformance. "It's been really tough in the Premier League. We can't hide away from that," Maguire said in a candid interview with Sky Sports. "It's been nowhere good enough for this club. To look at the table, it's embarrassing, especially for us players." The former United captain acknowledged that managerial changes and injuries have disrupted their rhythm, but insisted that these challenges do not excuse the team's failures. "We've had two managers and loads of opportunities to win football matches, and we just haven't done it well enough this season." United's contrasting form in Europe only deepens the mystery surrounding their domestic struggles. While Ruben Amorim's side has managed to reach the Europa League final, their league form has been inconsistent and at times disjointed. Maguire believes that constant squad rotations due to injuries and European commitments have contributed to their downfall in the Premier League. "I think the last 2 months have been difficult because we've been in the Europa League and we haven't played a settled team throughout the Premier League," he explained. "The managers had to change a lot and we've had a lot of injuries, although we should be doing a lot better." When asked if it felt like the team was playing in two separate seasons, one in Europe and one in the league, Maguire admitted, "It does, especially the last couple of months. But we've got to take the blame for that because a club like Manchester United should not have nothing to play for with 2 months left of the season." His blunt honesty continued, "We're sat in mid-table, and we've got nothing to play for. That's our fault. We have to take responsibility on that because it's unacceptable, for sure. We'll take the blame for that, and I know for a fact next season that we will improve a lot." Maguire's comments are likely to resonate with United supporters who have grown frustrated with another underwhelming campaign. Although victory over Tottenham in the Europa League final would be a silver lining and secure a Champions League spot, the Premier League campaign will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. With a summer rebuild expected, and questions looming over several players' futures, Maguire's frank admission underscores the urgent need for change and accountability within the Manchester United dressing room. Jose Mourinho eyes shock loan move for struggling Man United striker Rasmus Højlund. Jose Mourinho is reportedly plotting a sensational move to bring struggling Manchester United forward Rasmus Højlund to Fenerbahce on loan next season. The Portuguese tactician, who recently took charge of the Turkish Giants, is keen on offering the Danish international an escape route following a challenging spell at Old Trafford. Højlund, 22, arrived at Manchester United in the summer of 2023 from Serie A side Atalanta in a high-profile £72 million transfer. Much was expected from the young striker, who was touted as the future number 9 of the Red Devils. However, his debut season in the Premier League has failed to live up to expectations, with the forward managing just 11 goals in all competitions. As United continue to underperform and sit a dismal 16th in the Premier League standings, a major squad overhaul is on the horizon under new head coach Ruben Amorim. Højlund is among several players who could be offloaded as the club looks to revamp its attacking options. Reports suggest that United are actively searching for a new striker, though financial constraints may limit their ability to spend big unless they move players on. According to Turkish outlet Sözcü, Fenerbahce have emerged as serious contenders to sign Højlund. Mourinho, who managed Manchester United from 2016 to 2018, is said to be eyeing a loan move for the young forward, with an option to make the transfer permanent. This approach could appeal to United, who are unlikely to recoup the full £72 million fee they paid for Højlund, but might still want to see if the player can regain his form elsewhere. Despite a largely disappointing season, there have been glimpses of promise from the Danish forward. His performance in United's recent Europa League semi-final win over Athletic Bilbao earned praise from Amorim, who lauded the striker's contribution and decision-making on the pitch. "I think it was the best game that he had with me as a coach," Amorim said after the match. "He helped the team a lot, he secured the ball, and then made the runs. He decided quite well." It is a good moment for him, but like Harry's Maguire, he needs to understand that everything can change. So let's focus on the next one. This is in the past. Amorim's remarks highlight that, while Højlund has struggled for consistency, he is still viewed as a player with significant potential. Whether United opt to loan or sell him remains to be seen, but the club's need to bring in attacking reinforcements could accelerate a decision. Fenerbahce, under Mourinho's guidance, are expected to be aggressive in the summer transfer market. A loan move for Højlund could prove mutually beneficial, allowing the striker to rebuild his confidence in a less pressurized environment, while giving United time to reassess his long-term future. With interest also reported from clubs like Juventus, the coming weeks could be decisive for Højlund's career. And Mourinho could once again play a pivotal role in shaping the future of a Manchester United star. Marcus Rashford's future in limbo as Aston Villa mull over £40 million transfer decision. Marcus Rashford's short-term loan spell at Aston Villa has breathed new life into his career, but questions now loom over where he will be playing next season. The 27-year-old forward, who joined Villa from Manchester United in February, has found form and confidence again under the guidance of manager Unai Emery. Since arriving at Villa Park, Rashford has notched 4 goals and 5 assists, making a positive impression on fans and coaching staff alike. However, with the end of the season drawing near, uncertainty surrounds whether Villa will make his move permanent. Rashford is said to prefer staying at Villa rather than pursuing a move abroad, having settled well into the squad and regained regular first-team minutes after being largely sidelined by United boss Ruben Amorim. Yet, a permanent transfer is not straightforward. Villa have a £40 million option to buy, but the club's financial position, and whether they qualify for the Champions League, could influence the final decision. The West Midlands club may attempt to negotiate a lower fee, given the high wage demands involved. One of the biggest hurdles to the deal is Rashford's substantial salary. Earning around £350,000 a week at Manchester United, his wage would make him Villa's highest-paid player by a large margin. This has raised concerns within the club about upsetting the existing wage structure. If Villa do not qualify for Europe's top-tier competition, affording Rashford's full wages could be difficult, making the deal less likely to go through. Despite interest from abroad, including from Barcelona and clubs in the Saudi Pro League, Rashford's preference appears to be to remain in the Premier League. Reports suggest he has hired agent Pini Zahavi to explore options, including a potential move to Barcelona. But that seems less likely given both financial constraints and the forward's desire to stay in England. Barcelona, already managing their own financial issues, may not be in a position to match Rashford's salary expectations either. Rashford's contract with Manchester United runs until 2028, but a return to Old Trafford seems unlikely. Relations with the club appear strained, and the forward has embraced a fresh start away from United. His recent form and willingness to adapt under Emery have won over many Villa supporters, although there are fears that a recent hamstring injury may have ended his season early. After sustaining the injury, Rashford underwent rehabilitation in Dubai, in a bid to return before the season's close. However, with Villa's last home match against Tottenham being the only game left in which he is eligible to play, his return remains uncertain. The forward's recent recall to the England squad has also added urgency to his recovery. Rashford is focused on regaining full fitness ahead of the national team's fixtures next month, aiming to solidify his place under Thomas Tuchel. As the transfer window approaches, Rashford's next move remains undecided. While Villa appears to be his preferred destination, financial complexities and European qualification could play a decisive role in whether he stays in claret and blue or seeks a new challenge elsewhere.